Hey, welcome back to Bible and Blues. Yes, notice the pop filter is gone. It just annoys me too much. Maybe if I had it set up right here, down here, down low, so it wasn't like right up in my face. I mean, the microphone's enough for me, but anyway, rambling thoughts. Watched. Here it is. It's what is it? 10:15. I watched Emerald City and enjoyed it again. Let's kind of do a quick rundown of what happened tonight. Dorothy and Lucas are Scarecrow, our sword wielding Scarecrow at that. Was Let me turn down my gain here a little bit. We're in found themselves catching a ride with the Circus of Oz. So at one point in time, they flash on a lion. And, of course, I'm sure you thought the same kind of thing. We're going to have the Cowardly Lion. Start speculating in your head. We're going to have the Cowardly Lion. He's going to show up. And it's going to be, unless you read the books, then you know about it more than I do. So you think, well, what's it going to be? Is it going to be a lion that's an actual lion? Or is it just going to be a particular kind of person that's going to represent the lion, just like our swordsman represents the Scarecrow? So there's, but lo and behold, spoilers, no Cowardly Lion in this episode. So sorry to disappoint. So the guardsmen who are looking for them show up, stop the circus from traveling. And they go to, they get away. Lucas is smart enough to realize that there's something is amiss, and Dorothy thinks she's going to get to see, the Wizard of Oz to get home, but she's just not aware that the Wizard of Oz wants her dead. So, so they get out. Lucas manages to get her to squirrel her away into some bushes, and she oversees the guard saying that, kill the girl, find the girl and kill her, right? So now she knows that that she's wanted dead, not dead or alive. Wizard of Oz is not going to help her get home. They happen to have passed by the Witch of the East, her castle, and it turns out one of the witch's jobs was controlling the weather, keeping it calm, keeping the weather under control, so the weather happened in a predictable manner, I guess. So, but there's this tornado raging above the castle, and Dorothy's thinking you can see what she's thinking. I get over there, there's a tornado, maybe I can get home. So, it's because obviously the wizard's not going to get me home. So they make over to the castle and at the front door is a very large man with a scimitar, and so she approaches a little bit, and all of a sudden the jangly things on her hands appear. I'm assuming that it's because the proximity of the castle, because she got them from the Witch of the East, which makes the guy with the scimitar, I think his name was Sully or Sullivan. Correct me, please. Let me know in the comments down below. What was that guy's name? The guy with the scimitar, the guard, the swordsman for the Witch of the East. And so he makes the assumption that she inherited the abilities and was an acolyte of the witch, and is there to take over. And she just kind of goes, yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. Yeah, I was an acolyte. Yeah, I can help that. I can calm the weather. Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. She's like, I got to get into that tornado. So, we get to the, she has to get into get cleaned up, do a purification ritual of some kind, get cleaned up, get into a new a set of clothes, and then she goes into this room and gets pulled up into the tornado, and she goes to this place where it looks like all this debris is, and it's debris from our world, not theirs. So, and she sees a coat, lab coat, doctor's coat, uniform coat of some kind that has her mother's name on it, her actual mother's name on it. So, she comes back. Guy at the scimitar realizes she's not the one. So, he goes to try to kill people, of course, and they get, ultimately they get away, and she's not gotten out, but she has realized that her mother was part of the scimitar guy refers to the people, that debris as stuff from the interlopers. And he calls her an interloper. He figures out that she's an interloper, and her mother was an interloper, and she actually doesn't have the powers that supposedly she's supposed to have. He thought she had, and that she claimed she had. Chased out of the castle, essentially. Now we move on to Tig, and who. One of the people watching, thank you so much, corrected me in the sense that Tig, turned into a girl at the end of well, technically was the second episode, because they made the pilot episode. Actually, it was 2 episodes, one after another. So Tig is supposedly is going to be a princess. So, but Tig is a girl. So, and Jack is all confused, of course. So they're trying to get her medicine done in a city, and the guy with the medicine says, "Nope, that medicine was making you stay a boy, but that was not your true nature. You were born with this body." Very confused and very upset. Tig and Jack are, Tig's freaking out. Jack's trying to console her. And Jack pulls out a dagger that he had stolen from the old witch's house. He was thinking could be sold and used for food and things like that. So Jack does that, and then Jack tries to kiss Tig. Well, Tig was a boy until just a couple of days ago, and doesn't sound like Tig was a gay boy, because he's really confused now, of course, and he gets pissed off, and he pushes Jack off the rail to his death. What can you say? And that's kind of where we leave Tig. Okay. Wizard of Oz. When we see the Wizard of Oz, there are 3 women on one of his warriors. It's on the knee of the it's called a colossus. That has a spear over the temple of the witches, and these 3 women, are performing a ritual, and it turns out to be a suicide ritual. They use magic to kill themselves, is what happens. And Wizard of Oz is wondering what's going on. Never mind, he has a new consultant with him, because his old consultant got pregnant. They were supposed to be chased. Obviously wasn't. So he has a new consultant with him, and the new consultant is very observant. Notices that these women are they're trying to identify the women, and she figures it out pretty quick, based on their fingers, because the Witch of the West runs the brothel, and all the girls there have these blackened fingers from opium, from opium tea or poppy tea or something along those lines. Anyway, and so they all have that, so he knows they came from her. So we go back to the Witch of the West and the brothel. She's heartbroken, not about those girls' death. deaths, and she has a way about her that she just knows things. She has a clairvoyance to her that she can, she knows things just by seeing you. She knows things. And that's how we found out that the other girl was pregnant, was because of her. And so she reveals that his new assistant, who was given to him by the Witch of the North, is her mother worked the brothel previously, and even the Wizard of Oz himself had been a client of her mother. Yeah, kind of shocking, kind of oh my gosh. So yeah, Wizard of Oz says some cool things. Turns out his actual name is Frank something or other, and yeah. Get me fully on that one, okay? That's a freebie for you. I only watched the episode once, and I was also making dinner. So what do you do? But Frank, we'll call him Frank for a minute, just because it's fun. He kind of convinces her, this is what my name was, this is what I did, this is the kind of person I was, and I buried that person. That person is no more. I am now the Wizard of Oz. Why am I the Wizard of Oz? Because I made everybody call me the Wizard of Oz. I forced them to do it. So, well, why'd you do that? Because I wanted the past. That means that, what you need to understand is the past is gone. You are now in the future, in your present, and that's your whatever your past is does not matter what it is. Okay. So. She's kind of becoming a trusted advisor for a minute, and move along. She makes him mad. She tells him stuff that he doesn't want to hear, and it has to do with her knowledge, her observing things, and she's figuring out that he's not the all-powerful wizard. Just like in the movie, we find out that it was kind of a lot of a farce. He's kind of I think he's going to turn out he's quite the faker, and he puts her in jail into a jail. Well, one of the things that she said was that it was going to snow, and then she also said it's just something she predicted based on observation. And they're trying to figure out what this beast is going to come back as, because apparently every time it comes back as something different. And she's talking to him, and he just doesn't like what she's saying. And then he says, "Well, you predicted snow, and it hadn't snowed yet." So he ends up throwing her in jail for the evening. And the other assistants, advisors, are talking about these kind of things, and all of a sudden, a little while later, and it starts to snow. So, there you go. So that's kind of, my usual rambling. I missed a whole lot of details. What did I miss? Tell me down below. Tell me in the comments below. What did I miss? Was there something pertinent and important that you thought I should have touched on to pay attention to next time? Is there a foreshadowing event that we need to pay attention to? Tell me something in the comments below. I'm kind of enjoying this show. I think this is pretty neat stuff. We're still waiting to hear, find out about the Tinman and the and the Cowardly Lion. I'm kind of glad they're not doing it really fast. I think it's kind of nice to be able to stretch these things out a little bit. I think a lot of shows, give away everything in the first 3 episodes, trying to keep everybody happy. So, and they're not doing that. I mean, I think I appreciate that. We're taking some time to lead into things. So now our Dorothy is now headed towards, even though the guy wants to kill her, she is headed towards the Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz still wants to find her and kill her. And they gave a timeline of of not very much time before this beast shows up. So that's going to be interesting to see how that happens. So she wants to find the wizard. She wants to get to the wizard so that he can answer her questions about her mother. Now, bear in mind, she still has some sort of abilities. magic abilities that he has outlawed as the Wizard of Oz. So we're gonna find out what's going on. That's gonna be really cool. Like I said, if I missed something in my rambling that was really important, comment about it down below. And let everybody else know too. God bless, and I will talk to you later. I am planning tomorrow to do a music video. Tomorrow afternoon. Well, probably not in the afternoon. My Seahawks are playing tomorrow. Playoffs tomorrow. Seahawks versus the Falcons. And I've got to research about how that game's going to go. So I'm really hoping they win, of course. I'm planning on doing a video with my mandolin. I was talking about the song. It's What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. I cannot sing like him. I can sing like me. And I don't think he ever did it to mandolin. But there's that one. And then I also, later, I'm going to have to figure it out here, is there was this really great Hawaiian singer, and I cannot pronounce his last name. Forgive me to my friends from the island. But Israel. Kamakawiola. I completely mutilated that. You're right. But he did his mashup song of Over the Rainbow and Wonderful World. He did it to ukulele. I don't have a ukulele. But he had such a beautiful voice. He was a very, very big man, and he died very young. That's really too bad, because he was such a great singer. And he did a great job with this one, Over the Rainbow, Wonderful World. And I want to get that one going. But I probably still have to transpose this to a different key for myself, just like I had to do that with What a Wonderful World. So I plan on doing that one as well, because they're very similar songs. And but look at tomorrow. Hopefully, I plan keep your ears out. What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong on mandolin with my beautiful voice. God bless.